So dear students, you are welcome in this class. And if you face any difficulty or if you have any issue, you can stop me. And you can ask your questions also in between. And everybody is fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yeah, that's fine. So now the learning objective of this lecture is to know the importance and value of rice in Indian culture and civilization, and to discuss the origin and history of rice. So this is how we are going to start this lecture. And most of you might be knowing difference in paddy and rice. Many times people get confused. What is the difference in paddy and rice? So sometimes this coarse rice, rough rice, coarse paddy, rough paddy is taken equivalent to rice. But that is not the case. Actually, this paddy, we need to understand the meaning of the paddy. So this word is started from China, or this practice of paddy started from China. Paddy means the irrigated or flooded field where rice is grown. And that particular field is bundled around, puddling is done, and rice is grown in standing water by transplanting. You got it? That particular field is paddy. And small fields are there. And those small fields are called as rice paddies. It is started from China. In China, it is mostly a hilly country. Means they have hills also, and on hills they used to grow rice, where they used to have small plots, where they used to bund it, flood it, puddle it, and then transplant the rice. Those particular rice fields were called as rice paddies. Rice paddies. So paddy is a flooded parcel of arable land used for growing semi-aquatic rice. Here semi-aquatic rice means flooded rice. So a field planted with rice growing in water. That is the meaning of the word rice paddy or paddy. Now we should know what is a field. Field means a piece of land cleared of trees and usually enclosed by the bund. Zarre zameen ka wo hissa jo kabile kaast ho, field कहलाता, means the part of land that can be cultivated is a field. And in Japan, you know, you got two words, two quite well-known words like Toyota and Honda. They have their cars or some vehicles named Toyota and Honda. So Toyota means bountiful rice field. Bountiful means abundance. Honda means the main rice field. So you can see the love of Japanese people towards rice. Means they have given name of their vehicles or companies as Toyota and Honda. Toyota means bountiful rice field and Honda means the main rice field. Now you can see many times in India, we get confused about this paddy grain, rough rice, coarse rice. So they are same. Coarse rice is equal to rough rice. You can say coarse rice or rough rice, coarse paddy or rough paddy. So this is actually the whole grain of rice. When you harvest rice, you thresh it, and those grains are your coarse paddy or rough. Means before going into milling, the rice is your paddy or coarse rice. And then you go for milling of this rice. You remove the external seed coat, the thicker coat of the rice. Then it becomes your dehusked or dehulled or husked. Husked and dehusked, they have same meaning. Hulled or dehulled means removal of hull, or hulled means hull has been removed. So hulled rice, husked rice, dehulled rice, dehusked rice is equal to brown rice. Means still it has got brown layer. Means the outside, the topmost layer on the rice grain or paddy is your hulls or husk. That is removed. Then inside it is your brown rice containing your brown layers, and inside the brown layer is endosperm, white color endosperm. So then this brown rice can give you white rice or polished rice. Sometimes people call it polished rice or milled rice. So when it is mostly a two-stage process. In first process, you remove the husk. Second process, you remove the bran. So when you remove the bran, that process is called as polishing of rice. Polishing means just you are removing the bran layer. And many times it is not necessary to remove 100% bran layer. You can remove 10% of the bran layer, 20% of the bran layer. Then the color of this bran can be retained on the rice. So brown rice, I think.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, slides are not moving, sir.
I'm not moving slide. I'm not moving now.
Okay, sir.
Now I am moving the slide. Is it moved? Is it changed?
No, sir.
No, sir.
This?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem. I can stop share and start again. Share screen. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is good. If you have any problem, just ask me to stop and I will stop. And not for such problem only, you can ask questions also. In between, if you have any question, any doubt, you can ask me. Now see, we continue with the importance of rice. That was just introduction to the what is paddy and what is brown rice and milled rice. Now rice is a very, very important crop in the world. Therefore, in year 2004, it was celebrated as International Year of Rice by FAO. And definitely it is staple food of more than half of world's population. Most of the people rely to get energy or food from rice. Of course, it has got less protein than wheat and rice. Roughly, it has got half protein of wheat and 1/3 protein of legumes or pulses. And fat is also low, 2 to 2.5%, much lost during milling. Because most of the fat, protein, and other nutrients, vitamins, oil, are confined to bran layer. So therefore, if you remove the bran layer to get white rice, most of the nutrients are lost during that process. Therefore, many times people prefer to eat brown rice. Then there are certain byproducts of rice milling that can be used. They have some economic value, like rice bran. Rice bran can be fed to the cattle, can be fed to the poultry, and it can be used to extract the oil. Most of the oil is concentrated in bran. So rice bran is actually, it is pericarp. I have shown you in the picture of rice grain, seed coat, nucellus, and aileron layer. So up to aileron layer, starting from pericarp up to aileron layer is your rice bran. And normally it is 8% of the paddy weight, total weight of the grains. And this bran is rich in oil, contains 15 to 20% oil. And more than or approximately 75% oil is in bran. And if we see the global rice bran oil production is 1 to 1.4 million tons, of which India accounts for 1 million tons. Means most of the rice bran oil is produced in India, which is about 1 million ton. Now see, bran oil has got many uses. In India, we can use it as a cooking oil is used, but many people do not like it, but some people like it. And based on the country's paddy production, we have potential to produce 9.8 million tons of rice bran oil we can produce. Now see, this is your husk, rice husk. If you visit a rice mill maybe small, maybe medium, maybe big, maybe modern rice mills. So rice mills are the factories where white rice is produced, milled rice is produced, and this is rice husk or hull. You can see the outer layer. Now you see rice hulls are important and they can be used for manufacturing of insulation material. Insulation material, I think you understand, where heat is preserved. Cement, cardboard, and litter in poultry keeping. So rice husk has uses. Rice hulls have uses. And they can also be used for filtering of water. Filtering of water like sand. Sand can act as a filter of water. Similarly, rice hulls can be used for filtering the water. Similarly, rice straw, many of you know rice straw burning is a burning issue in Punjab and North India. So rice straw is also important. It has found many uses. So it can be used as a cattle feed. In many parts of India, rice straw is used as a cattle feed, and it can be used as a litter or bedding material for animals during winter season.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, slide isn't changing.
Slides are not changing.
Slide. Sorry. So rice straw, I think you are aware that in Punjab and some states, it is a issue where people burn it, but it has found some alternative uses like cattle feed and litter during winter season as a bedding material. It can be used, and it can be used as a composting material. Composting can be done. Some electricity can be produced. Ethanol can be produced. So it has found multiple uses, this rice straw. And I have seen sometimes back that a person from Hyderabad made a sari from rice straw. So sari can be made from rice straw. So and also in arts and craft of India, it is having some uses. So now it also has some value in Indian traditional medicines, like rice products are used, different products are there for rice. So in Ayurveda, it is used as an acrid. Acrid means sharp to the taste, irritating, pungent, oleaginous, oily or greasy, tonic, increasing strength, aphrodisiac, fattening, diuretic, and useful in biliousness. Biliousness means pertaining to or affected with excess of bile. So it finds use. And rice water is prepared. Rice water is prepared, a decoction of rice prescribed by Pharmacopoeia of India as an ointment to counteract inflamed surfaces. And then native of Chhattisgarh use rice soils for treatment of health problems. Means you can take the mud from the paddy field and put it on your skin and sit in the sun. Then certain skin diseases can be cured. Early Oriental writings means Eastern countries. Natural whole grain of brown rice is a perfect healing food. Treating diarrhea. Diarrhea can be treated in children. A teaspoonful of...
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
Sir, again, that
Your
program
sharing is paused. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, you have to do that thing only. Means that you change the slide and then after that you can share.
Okay, what we can do...
Sir, first change the slide.
Just Dr. Shiva is coming.
ये इसको ना आप इसको थोड़ा सा करो
किसको
ये इसको एक मिनट यहीं रखो अब इसको यहीं रखो और इसको एक एक करके चला दो
So welcome back to this class, and as I was discussing that it can be used in the treatment of diarrhea in children. And you can have a teaspoonful of powder of charred parboiled rice mixed with glass full of buttermilk. Should be given in doses of an ounce every half an hour in this condition. So it is used as a medicine. Now you see treating skin, I already told you. So, and also not just soil, and just a minute. So the rice as such can be boiled, drained and allowed to cool. You can cook rice and make a paste of it by mashing it, and then it can be put on the boils. Phunsi phode pe rakh sakte hain. You can put it on sores, swellings and skin blemishes. Extracts from brown rice have been used to treat breast and stomach cancer. Of course, it is doubtful, but people claim like this. Now you see, rice is a source of employment to millions of people, starting from sowing up to the marketing. till it reaches the consumer. So it gives job to the people. People in case of production of rice, starting from sowing, transplanting, growing, and then in the industry, rice industry is a big industry in India, and a lot of people are involved in rice industry, your milling, hulling, transport, trade, and so on. So it gives employment to millions of people and earning foreign currency by trade. India earns a lot of money by exporting rice. Rice in Indian culture, religion, and tradition. It has been very, very old crop in India. Maybe it came into India, maybe sometimes 2500 BC or before that. So it has been part of culture, religion, and also Indian civilization and traditions. So it has been considered as a symbol of fertility and prosperity. Hindu and Buddhist scriptures, grain used as an offering to gods. It was offered to the gods. Even today, many people offer rice grain to the god. And it's featured in the many legends about the Buddha's life. You must be knowing about the story of Buddha. He was offered a bowl of milk and rice by a young woman named Sujata, kheer. Sweetened rice forms part of offerings to the Buddha in Buddhist ceremonies. It is offered to the deities in Indian culture, like goddess Lakshmi, Lakshmi of wealth. We offer rice to goddess. So it is used in religion in India. Paddy stalks or unhusked paddy are worshipped as embodying the goddess. In peninsular India, festivals connected with the sowing and harvesting of rice. I think you know about harvest festivals like Pongal in Tamil Nadu, Onam in Kerala, Hutri in Coorg. So it is associated with rice harvest. And you must be knowing that tinted with turmeric or red color material, it is put on your forehead. So showered onto newly married couples and is part of numerous rites and celebrations. I remember when my sister was getting married, I sprayed some rice grain during that marriage. So in Hindus, this is used in marriages also, in ceremonies, and not only Hindus, but cooked in ghee, clarified butter. It was favorite food of Prophet Muhammad. So it was sacred grain across the religions or in human civilization. Now you see such pictures in ceremonies. Some ceremonies you can find rice grains because they are symbol of fertility. Now I think this forehead, on forehead we put it many occasions. And in arts and craft of India also, rice paste is employed in the resist dyeing techniques of creating pattern on the clothes. Decorative features frequently consist of walls, paintings, floor, because it was old grain. So rangoli, people prepare rangoli from the atta. You can make its floor, and then you can prepare rangolis. As a part of daily ritual, ephemeral abstract designs, rice powder paste on domestic thresholds and floors, and some arts are famous like Alpana in Bengal, Mandana in Rajasthan, and Kolam in South India. Designs are meant to bring good luck to the home. So this is also use of rice. You can see such kind of ritualistic designs in Tamil Nadu using rice flour. So this particular art is known as kolam, K-O-L-M, kolam. You can see some more kolam art or designs on the floor made from rice flour. It can be put, some color can be put into it, and it can be prepared like this. And then column design reflect mathematical principles in this case. Now it was just in brief about importance of rice. So its main product, byproduct are used, and it is also part of trade, and also its byproduct like straw or husk found use, and of course it is important staple food of 50% people in the world. And now we come to the next topic, that is origin and spread of rice. So 86% of world's area under rice is in Asia. You can remember 86% of world's rice area is in Asia, and 90% of the world's rice production is also from Asia. So 86% area of the world and 90% production of the world is in Asia, produced or consumed in Asia. So it has been a plant of Asian origin. It does not matter whether people claim that it originated in China or India, but definitely it has spread across all Asian countries. Domestication occurred independently in China, India, and Indonesia. So these were the three centers of origin because of Oryza sativa. Because greater diversity exists in all Asian countries, but more people or more scientists support that it was originated in China, India, and Indonesia almost simultaneously. So the center of origin or diversity of 2 cultivated species out of 24 species, total species in genera Oryza are there. Only two are cultivated. One is sativa, other is glabrima. So they are identified using genetic diversity, historical and archaeological evidences, and geographical distribution. So based upon these criteria, the origin is decided. So see, for example, it was cultivated in India between 1500 to 2000 BC, and in Indonesia around 1648 BC. And it has been an important food in Mohenjo-daro as early as 2500 BC and in the Yangtze Basin in the late Neolithic period. And then it rapidly is dispersed from its tropical South and Southeast Asia. So that is the origin of rice. Basically, people treat it as the origin of rice, South and Southeast Asia, and also subtropical, that is Southwest and South China. So these are the centers of diversity of rice. So these are the habitats to much higher altitudes and latitudes in Asia, reaching Japan as recently as 2300 years ago. So rice was not originated in Japan, but it was transferred, or it was transferred from other countries to Japan, mainly from China. The earliest record of rice comes from Non Nok Tha in Thailand, where it dates back to 3500 BC in Thailand. So Thailand is also there in the race of origin of rice. Oryza sativa, the rice grown in India and Southeast Asia, is first mentioned in Neolithic Chiran in North Bihar, 2000 to 1300 BC, and was recorded in Hastinapur also, and some other places given by Randhawa. So Randhawa has written History of Indian Agriculture, a document or a book in 3 volumes. Those who are interested in the history of agriculture can see those books. They are freely available on the internet. History of Indian Agriculture by Randhawa, MS Randhawa, 1980, volume 1, 2, and 3. So all sorts of history of agriculture is given there. Indus Valley Civilization, it was there. The people of Indus prospered on the foundation of an agriculture-based system, and they used to grow rice, people of Indus Valley. Now, you see this Mekong area is very, very important. Mekong River is very, very important. The Mekong is a transboundary river in Southeast Asia. So you can see it is the world's 12th longest river and 7th longest in Asia. So it starts from Tibetan Plateau. You can see blue color line in the map, and it runs through China, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. So it has got some area or some valleys on the way, and those areas are considered as the origin of rice, in addition to Yangtze River Valley. So you can see in this map Most of the scientists and people agree that river valleys of Yangtze, Mekong River could be the primary center of origin of Oryza sativa. So majority of the people agree to it. And for Glabrima, it was delta of Niger River. And China, of course, puddling was started first time. So puddling soil and transplanting refined in China became integral parts of rice farming and remain very widely practiced to this day. And here I wish to say that Chinese civilization has been older than the Indian civilization. Here I just wish to mention it. It was domesticated. Domesticated rice may have first appeared as back as 9,000 years ago in the Yangtze Valley of China. 9,000 years ago in the Yangtze Valley of China. So people have found some evidences to say it. Similarly, foothills of Himalayas, Chhattisgarh, Jaipur, tract of Orissa, northeastern India, northern parts of Myanmar, and Thailand, Yunnan, province of China, other centers of diversity. Archaeological findings suggest that tropical or indica rice was being cultivated in Ho Mu Tu, Zhejiang province, China, at least 7,000 years ago. So friends, there are three kinds of rices: Japonica, Javanica, and Indica. Javanica does not have much value except in some areas or some part of Indonesia, but these Japonica and Indica are very, very important. Most of the Indian rice are Indica, and most of the Chinese rice and other countries' rice are also Indica. But Japonica is by chance name is given, but many people call it Oryza sinensis or sinensis also, means from China. So Japonica is equivalent to sinensis or Chinese Oryza sativa, and that is confined to temperate parts of the China, that originated in temperate areas or northern area of China. The southern area of China are tropical or subtropical. In those areas, it was indica rice which originated. So temperate rice is cultivated in very small area of China. Now you see, finally, several studies show now how rice originated. Several studies show that Asian rice or Oryza sativa has O. rufipogon as its progenitor, means forefather, from which it was domesticated. General consensus is that rice domestication occurred simultaneously and independently in China, India, and Indonesia, thereby giving rise to three races of rice: Sinica, sorry, it was not sinensis, it was Sinica, also known as Japonica, Indica, and Javanica, also known as Bulu in Indonesia. Domestication in Asia could have occurred independently and concurrently at several sites: eastern foothills of the Himalaya in India, through upper Myanmar, northern Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam to southwestern or southern China. So this is the area where domestication happened. The African cultivar Oryza glabrima originated in Niger River Delta. Evolutionary pathway of Asian and African cultivated rices. So you can see Oryza sativa and glabrima evolved independently from two different progenitors. Oryza nivara was the progenitor of sativa, and Oryza barthai was the progenitor of glabrima. Oryza sativa domesticated in South and Southeast Asia. Glabrima was in tropical West Africa, and progenitors of Oryza sativa are Asian AA genome diploid species, and progenitors of glabrima, African AA genome diploid species. You may be aware about this. Common ancestor is Oryza perennis, and then you got two different rices that originated from Oryza perennis. On the left side, you see Asian rice. On the right side, you see African rice. So first you see, for example, African rice, tropical Africa, it originated, and in the beginning, Oryza perennis transferred properties or genes to Oryza longistaminata AA plus, and then it descended to O. barthai AA plus AA, and it made some crosses with Oryza stephi, and giving to Oryza glabrima, either directly or either getting some crossing with Oryza stephi. All are these belonging to Oryza genera. On the left side, it is Asian rice. This perennis gave rise to Oryza rufi pogon, and then Oryza nivara, and it made crosses with Oryza spontanea and resulted in Oryza sativa OOAA, and then it gave two subspecies, Indica japonica, and Japonica was divided into two, temperate Japonica and tropical Japonica. Tropical Japonica means Javanica. So this is how classification is made, or origin of these species or subspecies happened. For detail, I will give you some literature on this. Those who are interested to know genetics or these kind of origin in detail, I will give you some literature. Now, geographical distribution, out of more than 20 species, there are exactly 24 genus Oryza recognized, but nearly all cultivated rice is sativa and your glabrima. It can be grown in a wide range of water soil regimes, from deeply flooded land to dry hilly slopes. In Asia, cultivars with resistance to aluminum toxicity, tolerance to submergence, high salinity, and cool temperatures at the seedling or ripening stage, means it is the most widely adopted crop in the world. It can adapt to any kind of climatic conditions, soil conditions, and so on. Therefore, it is very widely distributed in the world. You can see this map. This map tells the story of the rice, that how different species originated, from where they got originated, and how they got transferred from one continent to another continent. So quite complex stories, but you can see its distribution is very wide. It is in most of the tropical and subtropical countries. See, it is there on all continents. And it is cultivated on about 113 countries in the world, except Antarctica, and up to the height of or elevation of 3,000 meters, it can be cultivated. And you see this art of, you see in Japan, this is Japanese picture, people made transplanting of rice colored, and how they made it art out of it. After a few days, it will look like this. Then it will look like this, look like this, look like this, you see. Now this is art, perfect art. You can see from, this is aerial view. You can see this is rice field actually, but they made some colorful. So you got variety of colors of rice leaves. Some color are purples, yellow, green, and so many shades are there. And because of that, white. So people make art from the rice fields, paddy fields. See, very complicated art. And these are the color variations available in rice. You can see purple color. You can see in IRE also. Some plant breeders are using them, these kind of colors. So finally, coarse rice is equal to rough. Last 1 minute. Coarse rice, rough rice, coarse paddy, rough paddy, they are same. Similarly, dehusked rice, same. Byproducts, Bran extra, India produces 1 million ton of bran oil, husk, and so on. So this is all, friends, and thank you very much. And those who want to leave can leave, but those who have question can stay here, and we meet at 4 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so those who like to end, they can go to another class. Those who want to stay can stay here, can ask questions.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.